we talk about the Mass, we talk about the Eucharist and Thanksgiving, like it's obvious that the first part of being thankful is knowing what it is that we've received, right? Is knowing about the gifts that we've received in our life. And the center of our faith for sure is the Mass. I want to focus maybe on just three aspects of the Eucharist and how it can help us with gratitude. The first and most obvious maybe gift or grace of the Mass is, of course, community. The first word that comes to me is home. This is my home. Mass should be a real sense of home and community, right? When you go to Mass, like what is intended for a parish is that we go there and we really feel like it's a family. The second thing I would say that Mass offers us, which is a really hard thing to find today, it's a commodity, is that silence. At Mass, just think about it. When you go into a church and you sit down in a pew and you attend Mass, even with all the music and the readings, there are moments of silence. There are moments where God can speak to us if we allow that time to happen. And then thirdly and finally, the most obvious thing and the most obvious gift of Mass is the Eucharist itself. If we really believe what we believe about the Eucharist, that we would make every sacrifice necessary to get to Mass and to receive that great gift of Jesus Christ. But just a final word on gratitude. The word Eucharist means thanksgiving. And again, in times like these where a lot of our life is out of whack and a lot of things are crazy and a lot of things are difficult and we can be bombarded by anxieties and worries, the best space that we can live in is a space of gratitude. We have a lot to be grateful for. So that's the other thing I think that Mass helps us to do. It helps us to center on what God has given us. And we should at every Mass not just ask God for things, but we should more importantly thank Him. We should do a litany of gratitude. We should just list the things on a very basic level that we're thankful for in life. And I promise you that if you live in that spirit of gratitude, you'll be a lot more joyful. You'll be a lot more ready and willing and able to serve other people in your life because it will provide you with a new energy and a new perspective to really go on the offensive and proclaim the good news of all the gifts that God has given us, above all, the gift of the Eucharist and the Mass.
The more I can be thankful for when things are crazy, the more faith I have that no matter how crazy it gets, I'll still be fine. So as long as I keep being thankful for what I have, I'll start to appreciate how everything is going to be fine.
Every time you acknowledge that you are grateful for something, then you're really mentally helping yourself and you can really build yourself up more because you're realizing everything that you do have that a lot of people don't.
Almost by showing gratitude, you're building your faith. And by building your faith, you're really showing gratitude.
When you treat others with gratitude, that's what they give you in return. Just as when you follow God, He will help you make the right decision.
Like the more that you love God, the more you can love others.
Our success and what we have is God's success.
Everything in life is a gift from God. He gave us all these little things. He gave us stuff like life and free will. And what does He ask for in return? To have a good, strong relationship with us.
When you see how much God has given you and you're grateful for that, it kind of brings you closer to God because you're seeing how much that He's given you.
The more gratitude you give towards others, the more faith you can have.
We should really be grateful for the faith we have and the faith community at our church and all the things that we're able to do.
By building this relationship with God and getting close to Him, we are in turn showing gratitude.
Being thankful for God and having that strong belief knowing that He's with us allows for us to be more forgiving, and it'll help us get through these hard times.
Be grateful for the things we have in the present, like Jesus did.
And I feel like if we're grateful for things, we'll be more positive about everything, be more optimistic.
When we're facing challenges, I think it's important to recognize that God is with us every step of the way.
It's really important for us to be grateful even when we're going through a tough time in our lives.
Just showing gratitude for even the little things, it can actually help like decrease stress and help you sleep better and things like that. And it just increases your positivity, which just helps you and the people around you be happier.
Gratitude, it really helps us to build relationships, not only with God, but with other people.
Really, returning to Mass has kind of helped me bring back my connection with Jesus, because I think I lost that a little bit over quarantine, so I'm kind of happy that I was able to find that.
Going back in person, I really felt that, because whenever we sing songs, we sing them together in harmony and do our prayers that all of us are saying. We're all saying them together, and it makes you feel whole with everyone in the church.
And it was amazing just to be back and to feel like a part of the community and to have that feeling of belonging.
You don't really appreciate something until you can't do it.
Confirmation was the first time that I had been back in the church in months, and I had never appreciated being at church more than I did that day.
It was just sensational just to be out again and to make my first appearance at Mass to receive a sacrament. It doesn't get much better than that.
I kind of had this emptiness when I wasn't able to have the Eucharist or to have Jesus with me. But when I have that, I feel like I'm ready to conquer the new week.
The remuneration we get for showing gratitude, you can't put a value on that. The relationships we can build with that gratitude can fortify us through anything. And those relationships are with God and with just people in our lives. And the combination of those two, I don't think you can beat it.